Hello everyone, this is the Classic Tycoon here, and I'm going to do a Let's Play through of RCT Classic, and this is one of my favorite games of all time growing up. I really love the Roller Coaster Tycoon series, especially the first and the second one, and so I figured I would do a little Let's Play here. So we're going to start here with Forest Frontiers. And this is the classic starter in Roller Coaster Tycoon 1. And what I love about RCT Classic is that it's taken all the best elements out of the first game and the second game and have mashed it into one game here. And I just love being able to play this game on the go. It's so much fun. I remember a few years back just wanting to play this game so badly and not being able to, because I mean those games are so old, and I don't have a PC anymore. I have a Mac now, and I still have the disc for Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. It's so hard to make time to play it and sit down and really do it, and I just love being able to set aside the time to do it and just do it easily from my phone. It's almost flawless. There's a few things that you'll see I get tripped up on a little bit in the game here, but let me explain kind of what I'm doing here in the game. I'm not recording this in audio in real time. This is a voiceover, so I might be lagging behind a little bit. But anyways, what I've done here is we're here in Forest Frontiers. The goal, I believe, is to have 250 guests in your park by the end of year one, with probably a park rating of at least 600. And what I almost always do when I start a new park is put in a merry-go-round or put in a Ferris wheel or something, whatever is available, just to get guests coming into the park. Now, not all the guests are going to be happy with the merry-go-round, and that's okay. It's just a way to get things started. You can see these guys are going into it. I'm checking the price out here. There's a few tricks that I have to choosing a price on a ride, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But now I'm just kind of looking around, checking out what I've got, my options for rides, and the space that's available to me in the park. So you'll see what I do next here is I grab the twist. So what I've done is I've gone into the gentle rides and I've picked a ride. The twist was the first one that I did. I'm sorry, the merry-go-round is the first one I did. Then I went into the thrill rides and I end up picking the twist here. You always got to have a queue line. I rarely, I should say, set up the ride entrance straight up to the pathway to where the guests are walking. I very rarely do that. There's a couple rides I might do that. Where they don't really need a queue line. But for the twist and for the merry-go-round, they're both rides that require people to wait for their next time to ride, so I definitely will make a queue line. You can see here I'm renaming it. This is totally optional, but I think it's kind of boring to leave it named Twist 1. So you see I name it the Scrambler here. I chose that name because there's a ride at my local theme park called the Scrambler, and it's that exact ride. And on the merry-go-round, you see I was so creative, all I did was deleted the 1 and left it named merry-go-round. Now what you see I'm doing here is I'm just playing around with the different color schemes here and the different entrances that I can do. I think that sometimes the colors that the game gives you are kind of ugly, so I just choose something else that's aesthetically pleasing to me. It doesn't really affect the way that the guests in the park react to the game. You can see on the Scrambler there I kind of liked the colors, so I picked them, and then I changed the entrance to the abstract entrance, which is, I kind of overuse that abstract one, so I'll try to diversify what I use a little bit as I go through my Let's Play. But anyways, now I'm just kind of checking through, see what the guests think about the ride, and I see a lot of people complaining that these rides are not thrilling enough for them. So I'm going to check out my finances. Everything looks good. Our loan is still full at $10,000, and I'll want to get that down eventually. but you know, you gotta spend money to make money, and I'm gonna go ahead and build our first roller coaster to start making people a little bit happier. You can see I've selected the junior roller coaster design. This is always a fairly good option to start with. There's a few pre-built designs in there, but and those are good options. They're good pre-built roller coasters that will earn you money, but I don't really find that very fun. So I love to build my own custom designed roller coasters. So what I'm going to start doing here, you can see, is I'm just picking the spot that I would like, and it takes me a second here to choose the spot, but I try to calculate what I'm doing. So what I've done is, first of all, usually with my roller coasters, this is totally optional, but I like to raise it up off the ground. You know, the more intense I plan the roller coaster to be, the higher up I'll raise it off the ground. In this case, I've only done it one notch, and that just, I don't know, it's just more aesthetic, again, more aesthetically pleasing. It doesn't necessarily make the ride any easier to build, but anyways, I've started here with my my track. I've got the chain lift hill going up here, and I decide to just go down into a basic hill and then a banked curve here. And the bank curves are really important. I know that this is, if you're a long-time player of this game, this is pretty elementary, but you need to bank those curves or those turns, because if you don't, the G-forces are going to be causing the riders discomfort, and in turn it's going to make your intensity rating on the ride go up, and usually that means the excitement rating on the ride is going to go down. So most of the curves are going to be banked in this. There are some exceptions where if the coaster is going slow enough you don't have to bank it, but a lot of times I'll just opt to go with that option anyway. This isn't going to be the most exciting roller coaster. I tend to like to start my parks out slow and build the more exciting rides near the end, and that's just something, I don't know, I've always liked to do. It's not anything critical or really, it might not even be good strategy, but that's just the way I like to design my parks. I feel like that's kind of how parks can be designed in real life. You start out with kind of the rides that get you warmed up, and then further on into the park you go, the more exciting the rides get. Now you'll see here when I end the track, I always put block brakes at the end of the track, and that's important because the block brakes will prevent any crashes in case there's a brake malfunction in the station platform. And that's a feature they did not have in Roller Coaster Tycoon 1. I remember as a kid, when I was playing that game, I was probably 9 or 10 years old, I would build a roller coaster, and then they would constantly crash, and I would look at the malfunction, and it was always a brake malfunction in the station platform, and that always really it would tick me off, because I worked hard on this roller coaster, and after a year in game the brakes go out and then the roller coaster crashes, and then I can't make any money off the roller coaster and I have to build a whole new one. So that was always frustrating. But anyways, now I'm just gonna test run this roller coaster, and we're gonna see what the excitement rating, the intensity rating, and the nausea rating are gonna be. And you don't always have to do this part as far as just watching it. Sometimes if you want to get onto your next ride, you can just hit the test button and then walk away. This is a short enough roller coaster that I'm just going to go ahead and watch it go through. Everything went smoothly. Now the train has arrived, so my ratings should start to show up. You can see the excitement rating won't come up quite yet, but I can see all of these other all these other stats, the max speed and all those things, and I saw that my excitement rating was good. It's at a 4.02, which is medium. That's fine, especially for a roller coaster this small. That's fairly decent, and that's going to make me some good money, because what I'm able to do, and what I generally do, is I match whatever the excitement rating is. That's what I price my roller coaster at. So at this point it's 4.02, so I'll just go at $4. And you could probably go 4.10, but I mean, it's not really a big deal, and the customers will usually be pretty happy with this price for quite a while. So I start building my queue line here, and we'll finish it up down in this area, turn it around. We'll finish it here. We'll change it to the normal tarmac path, build the exit. And one thing you'll notice that I like to do is put one of these no entry signs. First of all, I'm going to open the roller coaster because I want guests to start coming. I'm going to rename it here. Now it's a ladybug train, so I just named this one the Bug. I'm going to go ahead and change the color scheme so it's not so ugly and boring here. And I went with a color scheme that I thought kind of matched the name of the ride. Again, this is totally optional. If you want to leave all the colors as they are, that's totally up to you. Now I'm going to change the ride entrance as well here, I think is what I do next. And there's a few different entrances here. I looked through them. To me, the wooden entrance is kind of ugly. I like the log cabin entrance. It's pretty good. And then I think I end up going with the jungle entrance here. Again, totally preference. They don't necessarily change the way that the guests perceive the ride. Now, this is what I was talking about before. I'm going to go to the sign here, and I put it at the front of the entrance and make it a no entryway, and that way the guests won't get lost or confused or start walking into park or ride exits. So anyways, now you can see that that's starting to generate good cash flow, and I always like to have at least one ride that's a good money maker right at the beginning of the park, and that'll start funding my other roller coasters. So check out the objective there, look at the recent messages, and then check out our cash flow. Obviously right now we're just spending money, but things are looking up. So in the next episode I'll try to get some more things done, give you some more tips. I'm probably gonna pace the video a little bit differently. So anyways, I'll see you next time.